tournament, and now we come down to just 4 teams from tomorrow. But for these 2 teams already qualified, it will be an important game for them, ensuring that they can determine who they actually play. Sorry, this is the 30th match of the BIM 10 correction. So 30th game, Hakeem Jordan opening the bowling. And bowling to Kyle Corbin as Roland Butcher alongside me. Roland, an important game for these 2 teams.
Well, it is, but I don't think either team are going to really want to show their hands. I think, both teams will try and keep a little bit in reserve, something, a bit of a surprise for later on. You don't want to show all your colors now because you're going to allow people to plan for you. So once you're through already, it's important just to stay ticking over.
Well, they have rotated both these teams, wide signaled. Shane Mosley, the opener, missing out today, as well as Damari Richards, the keeper. Javid Leacock, leg spinner, and Shamadi Lynch. Micaiah Powell also missing out. So 4 of their main starters missing out for the Guardians. And then Jamar Eiffel from the Pelicans, as well as Deal Richards and Antonio Morris. So a bit of rotation for 2 teams, which is expected. But Hakeem Jordan, he will be looking for wickets. 14 in the tournament, the most. And he has just found a way to pick up wickets regardless of the situation or regardless of the match he's bowled in.
Yeah, Jordan's over the last year or so, obviously he's done pretty well at the game itself. So he's just doing what Jordan does. Which is just being economical at most times.
Down the leg side, and this will be runs. A rare missing line from Hakeem Jordan, usually so tight. It does come off the pad though, so went straight. So it will be the first boundary as well for the Guardians.
Yep, 4-leg boys, just off the top part of the pad. The short front leg in place. Keeper and short front leg, unable to stop the boundary.
Down the leg side again, so this is rare, but Hakeem Jordan does get that ball naturally to swing into the right-hander. Probably just need to control that.
Just wondered whether that came off the pad because I didn't see a single signal from the umpire. It was down the leg side.
Still a good over though from Jordan. Think they'll take that. Oh no, sloppy. He doesn't get to end with that dot. 7 from the first over. And the Guardians underway.
Yeah, sloppy cricket. Ball into short third. Batsman really made his ground. No need to throw the ball at the stumps, but in his enthusiasm, did just that. Seven off the first over.
Well, it wasn't a surprising decision from Captain Jonathan Drake winning the toss and bowling first, because what we've seen from the first game today, where a surface definitely with a lot of moisture, we had that inclement weather, some early showers early this morning, so that has allowed made things quite simple for the team winning the toss, and Drakes has opted to bowl first. Just looking to take early wickets in that last game. 3 were taken in the very first over of the match. Their left arm spinner Alison Bob. So it will be Tremaine Dowrich, the left arm spinner. Hasn't played much in this tournament, but getting his opportunity today. Another one of those young talents that you can keep your eye out for. very flat. Good quick single taken. So Shakir Paris, man with experience, went to that under 19 World Cup as well earlier this year. And even so, rotating Roland, the Guardians still, with their bench strength, show why they're top of the table.
Yeah, we have good options. If you look at the team, you can see that the players replacing others, very capable players, so I think they'll be happy with their strength on the bench.
This one in the gap, and Wilby runs. First boundary off the bat for the Guardians, and then Kyle Corbin cashing in.
Yeah, deliberately played, just rocked onto the back foot, wasn't trying to keep that ball down at all, just hit it over extra cover. Gets himself a boundary.
Into the smaller side as well, just too easy. Much straighter this time and much improved result. And the Pelicans will want to ensure that they win this game, because if they win this game, they go to third above the Warriors, and then would likely meet this Guardians team. High, there is that long one in place. It doesn't carry to him. That could have been a huge wicket for the Pelicans, because Kyle Corbin has been destructive at times in this tournament. Many remember that 95, he scored a blistering 95.
Yeah, he was trying to hit that over mid-off actually, very annoyed with himself. He ended up tugging it back towards the onside, but definitely was going over mid-off.
He struck out 178 in this tournament. That one came off the back of the bat. End of the second over. Decent start for both teams. 14 for none.
Yep, and Kyle Corbin, once he gets in, he can be very, very destructive. Perhaps a player who hasn't fulfilled his full potential. I don't think he will at this stage of his career, obviously with he's at the latter end of his career now, and the injuries that he's had and still continue to have. But still a very capable player.
There's going to be another change in bowling. Hakeem Jordan just getting the one over as always. Gets one very early and then comes back at the back end of the innings and tries to take wickets, and that's what's allowed him to get the 14 that he has in the tournament. But it's going to be Jaden Edmond, the seamer. Cheyenne Brathwaite will have to come to the party with the bat in hand a bit later on. Pelicans are another team like the Settlers, who we saw earlier today, who seem to be firing at the right time. Won their last couple with a bit of momentum, and this Guardians team heading in the wrong direction, even though they eked out a narrow win yesterday. Came down the track. And these two, Roland, was actually the two that caused real destruction for this Guardians team against the Warriors early in the tournament. They posted 160 for 2. Paris got 50 from 24, and Kyle Corbin got his 95 from 35. They put on 151 runs in just about 9 overs.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that bettered in this tournament.
Goes hard, Paris, and luckily it's off the inner half of the bat and is in the gap wide of that long on fielder Hakeem Jordan, so much needed boundary for him.
Yes, hit it well enough, but there's a huge gap between the long on fielder and the deep mid wicket. He's having to run some 30 plus meters to his right. The ball landed safely. And one bounce into the boundary for 4.
And you see a lot of players driving but not getting out the middle of the bat. What does that sort of suggest about the surface?
Well, it's appearing as if the ball is not really coming on, and you've seen that with the odd bounce at time. It's not a pitch that you can play through the line with any degree of certainty, and you're seeing that the ball really has to be right up. It has to be a full length before the batsman can really control. It
was in the air initially, but that point fielded deep on the edge of that 30-yard circle. But this has been a good start, I think, for the Pelicans, because even though they haven't taken an early wicket, they've kept the Guardians inside the power play with just 2 fielders outside the circle to just 20.
Yeah, Kyle Corbin looking to go over the infield. Got it inside out. Lucky for him, it didn't drop to one of those fielders at cover or cover point. Wide call.
Well, both teams will want to go into tomorrow's semi-final with that bit of extra momentum. They'll need it. They'll also know that this surface is getting a bit better as the day goes on. So Pelicans probably will have that sort of advantage. Full again, well timed, but a misfield by Captain Jonathan Drakes, who doesn't have the gloves on today. He's kept throughout the tournament, but today is in the outfield. Sorry, Joshua Morris behind the stumps. Really good shot, but straight to cover. Dot to end. Decent over for Edmund. Just going for 9 after 3. 23 for none.
Yeah, I think Paris would feel that he missed out there. Ball definitely in the slot. Hit firmly, but straight to the field at cover point.
It'll be interesting now to see the options that Jonathan Drakes goes to. He does have quite a number of them, especially his spinners, who he's used at different times throughout the tournament. He's going to Demario Goodman, the left arm spinner, for the first time into the attack. Still 2 fielders outside the circle. Final over of the power play. Starts really short, but it goes straight up and should be the first and put down.
My word.
That is a shocking drop from, I think it was Joshua Drakes. And an important wicket of Kyle Corbin it would have been.
That was perhaps the easiest chance that he will drop. Really, this needs to be taken. Corbin going for the pull, just ends up just lobbing it up to backward square. He settles under it, and then casually, ball comes out of his hands. Corbin gets a life.
They have kept the boundaries to a minimum. That's been the important thing so far for the Pelicans. Just 25 runs scored from the first 20 deliveries. Surely Drakes will be the happier of the two captains. There was some confusion, but in the end, safe Kyle Corbin. They don't want to lose the wicket now via a run out because it hasn't been that easy going. So Demario Goodman, this is an excellent start. Just 3 singles conceded. Then goes short though, and you can't be there to Shakir Paris, even on this surface. Too easy.
Yes, deliberately played. Just picking up the short ball quickly and a bit of room, hitting it over extra cover. Enough timing and power to get it to the boundary.
It's the second time he's gone through that region. This one just slides on, but it's clearly missing leg, so it'll be a good test for the Pelicans, and then you never know what service you could expect in those semifinals as well. So this could be good preparation going into those 2 games tomorrow. Another one, again, bit of indecision. And it's been that type of surface today. Excellent first over still though from Goodman in T10 cricket. Just 8 runs from the over, that's a big win. 31 after the first power play.
Yes, the important thing for the Guardians is that they haven't lost any wickets. So even while the score may be below what they would like to be at this point, they've got all 10 wickets in the bag. So that would be a huge difference when it comes to the remaining 6 overs.
So you can see the signal from umpire Ayana Holder about the end of the power play. And Tremaine Dowrich, who bowled that second over from the southern end, now he's going to have a change of ends. This is interesting. First over was a good one though, just went for 7. So not sure why he would want to change his ends, but I think it definitely makes more sense. 2 right-handers, ball spinning away, forcing them to hit into the bigger side, so much more suited I think to bowl from this end. But then he bowls short, and that is not where you want to be to start your second over and second spell.
Yeah, it puts pressure on yourself immediately by bowling a short ball, giving away the boundary. You know, he'd be thinking instead of trying to get the ball in good areas. Now his thinking will be about minimizing the amount of runs he goes for this over by delivering that first loose ball.
Bowl that from very wide of the crease as well. Dowrich does tend to use his angles. Straight over the head of Brathwaite. And Ravindra Prasad can't get to it. This has been a much better start to this over from the Guardians.
Yes, and the ball on the boundary. Prasad on the cover boundary can't get around in time. So Paris, a bit of a roll. He's moved to 23.
Short this time. And seemed to be an excellent piece of work. No, not enough. And all of a sudden, Dowrich under serious pressure. First 2 deliveries, going for 4.
Yes, again, long hop. Seized upon by Shakir Paris. He's not going to go over the wicket, the left arm spinner. But he's under pressure right now.
Has to adjust that length. He's just been too short. Fires this one in. I think this will be worrying from the point of view that they haven't lost the wicket, and it was this partnership that historically have taken teams apart. If they can get going in the last 5, target something around 50 or 60 runs, they're looking at a total of 110 or even 120 that they'll be chasing.
Yeah, good run in between the wickets there to get the 2.
Much fuller delivery from Dowrich, and it just results in 1. So the last 2 balls he's come back well. But again, always tough for someone that has not bowled much in the tournament. He's already sat on the sidelines for the majority of this BIM 10 tournament, Tremaine Dowrich. So always tough for him to then come in and make an immediate impact. Just played the 1 game before this. It's gone high, and Prasad under it takes it. The last 2 deliveries, Dowrich has come back into this game massively and finally gets his man on the final delivery of the over.
Corbin finally getting to face the delivery, the only one in the over. Skies it out to cover point. Catch taken, he's got to go.
Has been a struggle though for Kyle Corbin. Just 10 from 11 deliveries in the power play as well, so would have wanted to maximize a bit more. Easy catch after getting a life early on. Corbin finally has to depart. So first wicket going down, 46 for 1, brings our Sin to Holder. And interestingly, yesterday Holder and Corbin didn't play. They were both rotated, so A return for Alcindor Holder, who's had a decent tournament. The old veteran. Again, good delivery though from Dulwich. As soon as he went full in the over, it was much harder to score against. And always going to be tough to clear that bigger side. Good catch in the end taken. The Holder's been powerful. 162 strike rate. A couple times he's come unbeaten. And just shy of 100 runs in the tournament. In the 7 times he's batted. Average close to 20. So that's good numbers. As we're going to see another change in bowling. Looks to be Aaron Daly into the attack. He's also had a good tournament. He's hit the deck really hard, but does also have a good slower ball, which might be more useful on this surface. Starts with pace on and short. You have seen the short ball today trouble some of the batters, especially because of the length. It's been a bit fuller, but balls have still risen to that sort of height. What score do you think they'll be looking for here, the Guardians?
I think certainly beyond 100. They've got the start. They've just lost to 1 wicket. If they can push it to 120, then they've really had an excellent time. Wait, not called. That was very high.
Well, 12 and over from here gets them to 107. So they're going to really have to get going if they want north of 110. But they have the personnel to do it. Even after rotating today, you still have someone like Alcindor Holder at the crease. Paris, we've seen be dominant. Has a half century already. Then they still have Neil Brown, Romario Graves, Damel Evelyn, and Rashawn Williams, who's been a finisher for them. Good change of pace from Daly. He's been impressive in this tournament, I think.
Once again, using the surface, hitting the ball into the pitch.
Yeah, Aaron Daly's had a good tournament, and especially what's been the most impressive to me has been that Yorker. He's bowled sometimes the 8th, 9th, or 10th over, and he's gone to that Yorker and been able to execute upon request. And it's really caused some problems with that extra pace he possesses. And as soon as I say that, one far down the leg side, so this will be bonus runs for the Guardians.
Really, the keeper should have done a lot better there. Sloppy play by the keeper. It was misdirected down the leg side. Would have been obviously called a wide regardless, but compounded with the keeper making a complete mess of it, allowing the batsman to go through for the second one.
He's averaged a wicket every 15 deliveries. He's just picked up 4 in the 8 matches he's played. But he does have an economy of less than 10. So that has been impressive about him. It just seemed like I think Jonathan Drakes has entrusted him more as the tournament has gone on. And surely he's a major piece to the puzzle as they move into tomorrow's semi-finals and then potentially the final.
Yes, slow delivery. Receiving.
And we don't know what the weather or the conditions will be tomorrow, so I think it's been good to me, especially on what I think is probably the most moist of the surfaces we've had here at the 3Ws Oval, to see bowlers who are usually used to going to those seam deliveries having to take a lot of the pace off the ball to be effective. Just 1 and just 6 from his first over, Aaron Daly. Successful over for the Pelicans, 52 for 1.
Yes, and just hanging in there right now.
We actually have 1 delivery remaining, so still time for the Guardians to score. I believe it was a no ball signal, which means that a free hit is coming up. So this could just be what the Guardians are looking for to get themselves out of jail a bit. Get Alcindor Holder, who's a powerful striker, get him going. Can't change the field either. Deep cover, long on, mid wicket, fine leg, and long off. And he goes to that Yorker. He's been excellent with that Yorker, Aaron Daly, and finishes the over well. 7 from it, 53 for 1.
Yeah, completely deceiving Alcindor Holder there, looking for the big hit. And right in the block hole, pass between leg stump and the batsman. Safely gathered by the keeper. So that's past the halfway point. 1 for 53.
Beautiful day at the 3Ws Oval. We had some early rain, which has impacted playing conditions a bit. It's been a heavy outfield. It's also been a slowish surface with that bit of extra moisture. A good start for Shakir Paris, 32 from 22. Still Demel Evelyn, Neil Brown, Graves and Williams mainly who will come to the crease. They are without Shane Mosley today, as well as Romario Graves. Edmund came a long way across Paris, but just hit the bottom of the bat. And we have seen teams struggling to this point, but then able to pick it up in the last 2 overs. The Voyagers, who were just 36 runs after 7, were able to get to 77, put on 41 runs just in the last 2 overs. So this is more than capable of happening. They have wickets in hand as well, which will help their cause.
Paris very much a key component of this innings. And Holder gets a bit of luck, and he will benefit from that.
Outside, off the outside edge, and doesn't matter how they come at this stage, it's just getting a bit bogged down. I'll send the Holder. 1 from 4 prior to that boundary. So Jaden Edmund, I think he'll feel a bit unlucky, but of course, going full with third up in the circle as well as fine leg, always going to be a risk. Any bit of width and outside edge, it goes for 4. This time much straighter and successful, just a single. On days like today though, where the batting has been much harder, it shows you the importance of boundaries.
Hasn't been easy to come by boundaries today. Quite a high number of the boundaries have been either edges or similar mishits. Timing hasn't been easy.
Slower delivery. It's gone high. And should be another one, and is. And it's the big wicket of Shakir Paris. It had been a good spell of bowling from these 2 seamers. And Jaden Edmund getting his first and getting in on the act.
Yep, showing the batsman away to the pavilion. It was a slow ball, short. He's hitting it over the infield. Got it a bit straighter than he wanted, because at extra cover on the boundary, Prasad is stationed in that position. Came in about 10 meters. Easy catch.
It's also good bowling because second batter we've seen caught on that deep cover boundary. And it is a deep boundary. It's the much bigger side because of this far right pitch that we're using. Pitch number 6, correction. Pitch number 6. So it's been good planning from Edmund, Jonathan Drakes and others, forcing batters to hit into the bigger offside. Good work from Floyd Reefer and his planning of his team. But it brings Rashawn Williams, who's had a good couple of games with bat in hand. Strike rate of 181. Got an unbeaten 39 a couple of games ago to win the game for his team. An average just a touch under 30. So earning himself a promotion, Rashawn Williams. And mid-off comes into the circle. Off the mark straight away. Williams. And it will be no real time to get in, because after this delivery, It's just 3 overs remaining, just 18 legal deliveries in the innings. And they've only amassed 60 runs. And even on a tougher surface, we saw that the Settlers were able to chase down that 77 runs from game number 1 today in just 8 overs. This pitch will continue to get better. Good short delivery. Surprised him, Alcin the holder. And a good over as well for the Pelicans. Able to take the wicket. And just 7 runs conceded. 60 for 2.
Listen, holder just really swinging at these deliveries. I don't think he's really getting himself in any kind of position. This is more of just one of hope.
Well, if you're now joining us, Pelicans winning the toss, opting to bowl first, and pretty obvious as well, given the fact that you would have seen a lot of moisture in this surface, definitely on the more challenging in terms of on the batting side of things. It's gone high. Has it gone long enough? Yes, it has. And Ryshawn Williams, he can do that and much more of that.
And much needed. It started to stagnate a little, and even at this stage now, projected score is 92. These two will want to change that. I think Alcin the holder will want to get into his stride. He's at the moment struggling a little, but Williams got hold of that one.
He has been in impeccable rhythm, Ryshawn Williams. But this time he could be dismissed. No, he can't. It's just brute force from Williams. And this is why he was promoted up the order, to get a move on in this innings. The spin has gone the distance. Got 28 from 16 in the game that they won yesterday. And here again, destructive.
Yeah, Goodman just too short.
Keep working, man. Keep working, man.
When he's into the pull, deep mid wicket looked interested.
They got him this time. Demario Goodman pulls his length back much slower and deceives Williams after the 2 maximums. Beautiful piece of cricket from the left arm spinner.
Yes, going straight down the line, looking to go back over the bowler's head. Slightly slower, slightly shorter length, probably would have turned a little bit as well. And he's already through the shot, straightforward. Bit of work for the keeper.
So the 3rd wicket going down, and the 2nd in 2 overs for the Guardians brings Romario Graves, also getting a promotion. Hasn't had much to do in the tournament with the bat in hand, Graves. Just 4 times he's batted, but 3 of them he's been unbeaten. So that tells you something. He's more than capable of finishing this innings off well. Off the mark straight away. Be interesting as well to see who bowls these final 2 overs. Obviously Akeem Jordan, who's only bowled 1 over for 3 runs, will bowl the next, the penultimate, the most important of the innings. But then, will they go back to Aaron Daly for the final over? This has been a really good comeback from Goodman since he was struck for those 2 maximums. At this rate, they get to 95. Flights this one and misses Graves. Good end to the over though from Goodman. 14 runs from it, but a wicket taken. 74 for 3.
He has figures now of 1 for 22. and 2 overs remaining, so Holder and Romario Greers will have to get on with it. There's no holding back now. They certainly need some boundaries.
And it's going to be tough against the tournament's best bowler in Hakeem Jordan, who will now bowl his final over. Not an easy task what he's done in this tournament, Jordan. He's bowled the first over of the innings and then has to come back and straight away be effective bowling the penultimate. It's not going to be easy by any means. Just especially in a format like this, more often than not, you're bowling to 2 set batters looking to go after you. But he has adjusted his plans well. We've seen a lot more of those slower deliveries and Yorkers at this phase. Something that he wants to add to his white ball game, Hakeem Jordan. 12 deliveries remaining for the Guardians to score. Starts pace off. And it should just be a single.
And misfield. So they complete the second. Return hits the stumps on the full. Batsman safely home.
Disappointed with that, Hakeem Jordan, because I think keep outside the Hodel off strike. It's a success for you, but he does have the strike again. Can he find the boundary? Brilliant. Just brilliant from Jordan. Off cutter, rolling his fingers over that one. You can hear talks about magic through their effects mics. Tells you how well he's bowled.
And Jordan just trying to not allow Holder to use the pace. Because Holder's going to swing for the hills now, so Jordan wants to take as much pace off the ball as possible, make him having to use all of his energy.
And
once again.
Now he's trying to hit into the smaller side, the leg side for us in the holder, but nowhere close to the line of the delivery.
But he's just not watching the ball answer in the hole, he's just swinging really. Scored just 8 off 11 balls at a crucial time. And these remaining 9 balls are extremely important. And he's yet to connect.
Again,
this is like a television replay. Jordan runs in, Jordan bowls, slow ball, and Holder swings, Holder misses. Jordan bowls, Holder swings. 3 deliveries, exactly the same shot, no result. Will he try something different?
Again, 3 fielders deep on the onside and just a single, and it's 3 runs from 5 deliveries in the over. And this is why Jordan has continuously bowled this 9th over in the innings. This could be the difference between getting to 100 or not.
Well ball, Jordan. He's got none for 6. Just 1 ball remaining. So he's done an excellent job.
Straight up, and could be another for Hakeem Jordan. It is. He continues to take wickets in this tournament. Jordan, 15 now in the tournament.
Yes, and Graves again pace off. Graves going for the big hit once more. Just lobs it in the air. Over completed. 77 for 4.
So end of 9 overs, 77 for 4. They want to cash in for these final 6 deliveries. The Guardians brings Neil Brown, who has batted pretty much throughout this order for the Guardians. And no surprises to see Aaron Daly bowling the final over. Good to see some crowd in attendance as well, looking to take in the action. Remember, tomorrow, live from 12 p.m. at the 3Ws Oval, we've got semi-final number 1. Then at 2:30, semi-final number 2. This is in the gap, but only 2 runs, and they have not conceded a boundary now in the last 8 deliveries, which in 10 over cricket, where you just have 60, almost like gold. So Daly and Jordan turning out to be a very good strike partnership for Captain Jonathan Drakes. Another swing and a miss. We've seen that a lot from our center holder, who struggled. 15 deliveries for just 11 runs.
Yes, really struggling holder. Doesn't look as if he's going to get a bat on any of these deliveries. Just swinging from the hill, really, and hoping for the best.
Again, don't think he'll get to the boundary. Just another 2 runs. But the good thing is that for the Guardians, even though they are in probably below par position in the sense that just 81 runs on the board should be an easy chase if the Pelicans, back to the way that we've seen them in this tournament previously, they have only lost 1 game, the Guardians, in the 9 that they've played. So they do find a way to churn out results. This time Holder gets it out the middle of the bat. It's been a long time coming for Alcindor Holder. Needs a big finish.
Maybe just a little too late. Decides to go straight on this occasion. Previous shots he's tried to go up mid-wicket and missed on this occasion. Straight down the pass over the head of the non-striker.
Again, connects, but that long on fielder has come a lot straighter. Good thinking from Drakes, keeps it to just 1.
A nice smart return as restricts the batsman to 1. Final delivery.
They've still done well though to get up to 86 because of the fact that they've kept wickets in hand pretty much throughout the innings, and it's allowed them to sort of go after the bowling with a bit more freedom in these last 3 overs. So 86, if you get to 90 or 90 plus, you just never know with that total. If you take early wickets, you're ahead of the game. No ball signaled, and that is a cardinal sin after what had been such a good over from Aaron Daly.
Yes, it certainly is a cardinal sin. It's got to re-ball that final delivery. Also 2 runs scored off the ball as well, so
free hit delivery coming up for Alcindor Holder. Can he capitalize? It's been a struggle for him. Just the 1 boundary, 18 from 18. But he does possess the power to strike this ball a long way. But again, he goes back to that Yorker, Aaron Daly, and executes it ever so well. They come out for 2, but I don't think they'll mind that too much. The Pelicans, end of the 10 overs in this final group stage match. Match number 30, 90 on the board. Is that enough?
well, I think it's a very competitive total in the context of obviously the pitch has played a bit better than it did in the first game. Still not an easy pitch to bat on. You see when bowlers take pace off the ball and batsmen are trying to hit it over the top, how difficult it is. And so I think 90 is competitive. Got something to fight with.
13 runs coming from the last over, and that will be helpful to the Guardians, helping them get to that 90 run mark. A good start from Paris, got 33. Holder finished with 20 not out, which on this surface, even though he faced 19 deliveries, could be valuable. And Ryshawn Williams chipping in with his 2 sixes to get them to 90 from the 60 deliveries. And the bowling, well, Akeem Jordan again, the standout. 8 dots out of his 12 deliveries bowled. 1 for 6, and then 1 apiece for Dowrich, Edmund, and Goodman. So when we return in a couple of minutes' time, the Pelicans will need 91 runs if they want to win this game and finish in 3rd position in this BIM 10 tournament.
Even attack me there, son. Right over there, yeah. No, in that slack, black, yeah. Behind it. Thanks. Yeah.
rain. Rain. That rain will blow off all the that fell back now.
And welcome back. Pelicans chasing 91 for victories in their 10 overs. With the sun is out here now, it's in all its glory at the 3Ws Oval. Within the kill, I think they'll have to play well. 91 may seem not a large score, but in the context of this game and the context of the surface, it is definitely a competitive tournament.
Yeah, it will be a test to see how good this Pelicans team is. They've got a new opening pair in the middle. Ode McCarthy out there with Shane Brathwaite. Oh, ball's a beauty, and I think he may have got some ball on it. Heard a slight noise, but it was a real gem. And all of a sudden, the Guardians just seem to have their tail up.
Yes, Joe McAllister. Got plenty of pace. And that's a good one, nothing there. Played inside the line.
I think he's been one of the bowlers of the tournament, Jerry McAllister. See that pace. You see how far Shakir Paris is behind the stumps, and then how much that ball carried to him. And he's been by far the quickest in the tournament and has the lowest economy rate as well. McAllister under 5 and over.
Well, the games I've seen as well, I think Goodridge has been up there in terms of pace. I think the two of them have been the outstanding fast bowlers.
Third time now in the over that Brathwaite has looked to take on that offside, but it's just been the pace, been too much. And even on this slow surface where he's probably had to bend his bat, put in a bit more effort, he's still able to get the ball to carry through really nicely, Jerry McAllister.
Yeah, I think he may have been also lucky not to have had that one called a wide, but you're right. Pace is up, and that's one thing McAllister has been able to give you right from the off. If you think where the first step is standing, it's probably closer to the boundary than to the wicket.
There was a sprinkle of rain in that innings break. I've seen this surface be on the slower side. A bit of aggression as well. This is a good battle unfolding in the middle.
Boom, McAllister just not giving Brathwaite any room whatsoever. Had to get on top of that delivery and a good piece of fielding by the bowler.
No Jamar Eiffel, who's batted at 3 and been destructive in the power play for them. They've opted to keep the captain Jonathan Drakes lower down, so big opportunity for McCarthy. Goes straight up, but with the pace over the keeper's head. And I think it may have gone all the way for 6. So top edge for 6. I don't think they'll mind that too much, the Guardians. Things happening out in the middle.
Yeah, Sharon Brathwaite just not again in any position. It's a good short, quick ball for McAllister. And if there was a long leg, it would have been interesting to see what happens. But it's just a 45 saving the single. McAllister pounds that into the top edge. It goes high in the air. Just drops over the rope.
He is certainly one that you want to ensure you see out and don't give it wickets too, because he has been dangerous in this tournament with that extra pace. End of the first over, 7 for none.
Yes, and McAllister just showing what he intends to produce to there. Just forcing Sharon Brathwaite to get that top edge. It was a sheer pace of the delivery.
So will be spin from the southern end, Romario Graves. Now when he's been used in this tournament by Kyle Corbin, he's been very effective, but hasn't been used in every game. Bit of off spin. Well played, really well played by Cheyenne Brathwaite. And just got into position so early. Fine leg and square leg both up in the circle.
Yeah, he gets the boundary early in the over, so puts pressure back on Romario Graves.
Brathwaite has been very good with the bat, very productive with the bat in hand. This will be a good start to his innings, even after struggling early against McAllister. Down the track this time, we'll try to go through that similar region in the onside, but missed out. Seeing some dark clouds in the distance. Let's hope the rain stays away, because this is a good contest unfolding.
That's certain style, but you ain't started. If we start by go for the engine clean up right back up. What an engine, boy. And carburetor.
A number of times in this over, he's clearly stepped across his stumps and tried to hit it into the onside, which is surprising given that's the much bigger side. But they do have the field up for him.
Let's
see if there's a replay coming up of that shot. It's loud appeal by the bowler. Nothing coming up.
I think the rain might have begun, which is a worrying sign. Big single take and direct hit, could have been close.
Excellent fielding, and really he would have been gone.
And the rains have really come down at the 3Ws Oval.
Yep, what are the umpires doing? Get the cameras over.
Is this?
Absolutely pouring here at 3W's Oval. Umpires now decide to take the stumps out.
This surface will be exposed, so has another degree of difficulty for this Pelicans team. They'll be disappointed with that because they were started well. 10 deliveries, 13 runs, no wickets lost. Shane Brathwaite hitting a couple boundaries. And now the rain's down, so let's hope it's a short break. 13 after 1.4 overs. Do stay with us, as hopefully we have a return to action very soon. So we resuming here at the 3W's Oval. Good news that the rain has subsided, and we do have a revision in terms of the game. 73 runs now in 8 overs is the target. So we'll adjust how this Pelicans team go about things. And now it's a further 60 needed in 38 deliveries. So it makes, I think, this challenge even tougher for the Pelicans.
Yeah, very much so. And they need to hit regular boundaries to stay in the hunt.
So Shane Brathwaite and Odin McCarthy, the 2 openers, still out there. It's going to be go time though, because the rain means they've lost overs, and Brathwaite is on the charge. Well, he's up for the challenge. First delivery back, boundary.
Yeah, loose delivery bump from Graves outside the leg stump. Shane Brathwaite doesn't need any invitation. Down on one knee, sweeps. Yes, poor delivery. And got exactly what it deserved. Just 5 meters short of the ropes.
Bit of pressure now. And against Shane Brathwaite, who's been brilliant in this tournament. This time hits him on the front pad. Not out, says Leslie for Junior. Maybe just been sliding down the leg side, but just seem to have skid on. End of 2 overs, 17 for none. 56 from 36. If they can get a couple big overs, they can pull things within reach, the Pelicans.
Yeah, that's a good shout, that last one. Not sure if the replay is coming up, but I think we'll be able to get a look to see where he was struck here, Shane Brathwaite. Yeah, probably missing leg, so good decision made by the umpire. Skidded on, but a little bit of turn as well. And looks like more spin.
So Ryshawn Williams into the attack. Left arm spin. So Ryshawn Williams into the attack, and he's had a good day, a good couple of days before today, and he'll hit those 2 maximums. Now we'll be looking to win this game for his team. 56 from 36 is still less than 10 runs and over, so I think with 10 wickets in hand and the power of someone like Ravindra Prasad to come, the Pelicans will be fancying their chances. McCarthy, good opportunity for him to get some runs at the top of the order. Starts down the leg side though, Williams, and has to re-bowl it, so bonus runs coming. And they're going to get back for 2 as well. Oh, great cricket from the Guardians. Now 3 bonus runs from the first delivery. So just 2 signal, which means that it came off the bat. So no wides, it was just down the leg side. Does have long on deep mid wicket in place as the 2 outside the circle. Corbin's a very good fielder, but another thing that they will have to deal with, the spinners especially, that bit of rain we had, just about 5 to 7 minutes rolling, the outfield is soaked. So the ball's going out on this outfield. It's going to get a lot softer but also harder to grip for your spin.
Yes, it is. And one thing you'll do is run a bit truer to the fielders, so they'll have to be very smart with their running, because when you think might be 2. Well bowled by Williams. Big attempt there by Brathwaite to go out on the ground.
I think a lot will come down to Persaud, Jonathan Drake's the captain, as well as these two in the middle. Because they have rotated. No Antonio Morris today. Again, short delivery and gets away with it. Rashawn Williams.
Yeah, very well fielded there at square leg.
So 52 and 32 is very gettable. Surely they will have to fancy their chances, the Pelicans. They still have not lost the wicket. 2 deliveries remain in the power play. It goes to him. Goes straight through mid-off. Jerry McAllister. And it just gets to the boundary.
Yes, McAllister not taking note of the rain on the outfield where the ball's going to run a little bit quicker. And really got himself in a terrible mess. And the ball just went right through him, really. Didn't even get a hand on it. It was struck powerfully all along the ground. And skidded there. And could easily have done himself an injury.
Bowling considerably quicker. Rashawn Williams able to get through for the single. So end of 3 overs, 26 for none. And they're well on course of getting these 73 required in 8. 47 needed from the next 30.
Yes, and situation to kill that. Obviously 3 bowlers can bowl the 2.
And 2 bowlers can bowl 1. So McAllister, we expect to be one of those that bowled the 2 overs. His first one just went for 7 runs and he really worked up some pace. There's going to be another new bowler into the attack. The player of the match from the Guardians yesterday game, Pius Emilian, took 3 wickets with his left arm spin. They caught a number of spin options. Javed Leacock not playing today, but he's a leg spinner. So Emilian now, I think we'll have a bigger challenge though with the wet ball, being able to grip it. They need a few tight overs and obviously, of course, need wickets.
Stroke for no runs.
So now outside the power play, just 5 overs to go in this game. 3 on the onside, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square, and then long off and a very straight deep cover. Almost like a deep extra cover, you could say. Just be 1. And for all the shots that Brathwaite has played, he's just 16 from 13. So he will need to get a move on. But at this stage, I think they'll be happy with this position. Less than 10 runs and over. Always gettable, especially with 10 wickets in hand. Really sized that one up, Shannon Brathwaite. He's a flamboyant player. Again, another misfield. I think he was in 2 minds, Rashawn Williams, whether to go for the catch. He didn't make a decision in the end, and then boundary, important one for the Pelicans.
Yes, another poor piece of fielding, and the fielders at the moment not coming to grip with the pace of the outfield. And really, it should tell you that because of the dampness, it's going to run once the ball hits the ground. It's going to skid along the surface. And we saw McAllister make a real mess of that. And similarly, same thing's been done on the mid-wicket boundary.
This has been very sensible from Shannon Brathwaite. And he's really had a good tournament, continuing in that vein. Because they've already got 6 runs from the over, still a delivery to go. And they only need 9.5, you could say, runs per over from here on in. Still 10 wickets in hand, still a lot of power to come. Too short. I guess with it, they do have that deep backward square in place. 7 from Emilian's first over, 33 for none.
Yep. And 4 overs remaining, still got 40 to win, so that's 10 and over. not be easy, but these two batters, both Cheyenne Brathwaite and O'Day McCarthy, both capable.
So it'll be interesting to see now where Captain Kyle Corbin goes. It looks like he's going back to Williams, the left arm spinner. First over was an expensive one, went for 9, but in the context, maybe take a 9-run over from here, because Pelicans will be thinking if they get one big over, one 15 or 20 run over, this game is pretty much over. Will they attack the left arm spin option? Left arm spin is operating from both ends. Now he's pushed square leg back on the boundary. So he has long off, long on, deep backward square, and an extra cover in place. And still, he finds a way, O'Day McCarthy, to split the two fielders. Not often you see an extra cover in place, but still found a way, McCarthy.
Yeah, boundary off the first over, off the first ball. So that creates a bit of pressure on Rashawn Williams.
Not often you see that though, Roland. Deep extra cover and deep long off. Full again, this time 6. And probably the biggest hit that we've seen of the day from O'Day McCarthy. His turn to take over.
And he certainly does. Not a good delivery by Williams, that one. I guess he will use the excuse of the ball being slippery. But it didn't slip off the bat. It came firmly off the middle, straight over long off. And I would imagine that one landed somewhere in either in the tennis courts or the basketball court.
Now just 30 from 22, and all of a sudden, game seems a lot more simple for the Pelicans. Still the openers out there. This has been really good stuff from this partnership. He's a competitor though, Rashawn Williams. Wears his heart on his sleeve. Will always be looking to find a way to win a game. Much quicker this time, and it's gonna be 4 more. That is just amazing manipulation of the field from O'Day McCarthy. 14 runs from the first 2 deliveries.
Dragging that one down and put away to the right of cover. There is an extra cover, but he's fairly straight. Ball struck with such power and timing that it was in the boundary in no time. No chance for the fielder.
Now he's going to change to come left arm over the wicket.
This could be a defining over.
Such smart batting from McCarthy. He'll come out for 2. Get it quite comfortably as well.
Yeah, very good cricket, very good cricket. And sensible cricket. Just nudging the ball into the onside. Scampering for 2.
When does he go back to Jerry McAllister? Looking for a wicket now, Kyle Corbin.
Maybe he has to stay in strategy and bowl the fast bowlers, and that's stroked off the back foot, looking for 2. The field is on it, the return is on its way, and it's a rearward one. Yeah, he may find himself in a situation where if the spinners are having difficulty in gripping the ball, which Williams is suggesting, that he may have to look to bowl the faster bowlers. Obviously McAllister would have to be one of those, and he has no choice really but to bowl McAllister, because he must get one of these players out.
We haven't seen more than one seam option. That's been because they've left out a couple of players today. The Guardians looking to rotate. Mikael Powell is not in the team. He's usually the main seamer. End of 5 overs, 52 for none.
Yep, and they've now made it very, very competitive in terms of batting. That over was a big over. Target now just needing 21 off. 18 balls, so it's very much in their hands to lose at this stage. And some terrific batting. McCarthy's gone on very quickly on to 30, and this partnership with Sam Braffett really puts them in a great position. And no wickets down. Very, very difficult now to pull this one. The Guardians will be struggling to pull this one back now.
We are going to see pace into the attack from Jamali Lynch. So Lynch, who's been given an opportunity today, trying to break this partnership, and as you said, the spinners finding it difficult to grip the ball after that brief shower we had. But just 21 from 3 overs, that asking rate is down to 7. 19 runs came off that 5th over. And surely McAllister has got to be in the plans of Kyle Corbin very soon, because this game is almost gotten away from them. Goes wide and starts with a dot. Shane Brathwaite hasn't faced many deliveries in the last 2 overs. It's been all in McCarthy, and he's really taken charge given his opportunity at the top of the order. I wonder if this is a plan that they then use going into the knockout phase of this tournament. Binds it in, but McCarthy's equal to the task or better and finds the boundary with ease. This has been his day.
Well, certainly was, and he's playing a terrific hand. 16 deliveries now for his 34. It's really a match-winning innings.
They haven't even lost the wicket, the Pelicans. And again, going short, pulling in front of square. To be honest, on that length, always going to be tough because it's the slowest surface. Ball just sits up. It gives you time as a batter. Goes pace off. And should be the first wicket, and it's put down. And could be 3 runs as well.
And to add insult to injury, a terrible throw, and another run. How on earth was that catch drop?
A bad miss for the Guardians, just 14. Neil Brown, the fielder, and we have seen a couple. Of course, the wet ball wouldn't make it easier to catch, but Neil Brown will be disappointed by his standards that he wasn't able to catch it.
Well, he hardly got a hand on it, in actual fact.
Shane Brathwaite on strike now. It's been a good change of pace though from Lynch. Even the one that went straight up. He went to that slower delivery. They've had to work. The Guardians, and that rain wouldn't have helped them. Because now just 13 from 14 needed. 10 wickets in hand, should be a walk in the park. This Pelicans team catching form at the right time, it seems. It's short. Well executed short delivery. What a day for Odin McCarthy though. 37 from just 17. Make that 18 now after that dot. He's only batted 6 times in the tournament, this being his highest total. Strike rate of 175 coming into this game. And they showed us why. Another good slow ball. Good deception from Lynch. Ends his first over. Should have had an opportunity though of a wicket. End of 660 for none.
Perhaps coming just a little bit too late. 13 required off 2 overs. That shouldn't be too difficult. McAllister will have to bowl this over now just to achieve 2 things really. A couple of wickets and to the scoring rate down. He decided not to go with McAllister. McAllister was going to take his. I cannot see the point in keeping McAllister for the last over, because the game could very well be over in this over. Really, the obvious thing would be to bowl McAllister now and try to get to the point where he's able to bowl a tight over. If he can pick a couple of wickets up in the meantime, fine, but just give the bowler the last over with something to bowl to.
It's going to be past a million. Starts down the leg side. This will be runs for the Pelicans. A couple of them as well. Oh no! Mix up! And a better throw could have seen McCarthy well short.
A poor run in there by Sharon Braffett at this stage of the game. It's got to be scampering down the wicket. McCarthy got literally up to him, got to the other end.
Seems to be struggling with an injury, Sharon Brathwaite.
And then having to return. Fortunately, it was a wayward throw, which went over the keeper's head. But just the one run.
Brings that short third fielder a lot straighter past a million. Certainly going no leg. I think maybe the McAllister decision though could come down to just trying to give some others opportunities. The Guardians already qualified, so made some changes. And yes, it's a game you want to win, but
Mikhail is not. You don't get into bad habits.
off the outside edge.
He's running away.
Maybe should be another 2. So it's been a really good knock from Odin McCarthy, even starting, then having to stop because of the rain. But when he's come back on, it's just looked like he's been on another planet compared to how the other batters have gone on this pitch today. That doesn't get to the boundary. Good piece of fielding by Graves, but still able to get back for 2. He's just hitting the ball so cleanly, which has not been something we've seen batters do with great regularity throughout the tournament.
Well, certainly on this pitch where it's been a lot more difficult to play his shots, it hasn't affected him in any way whatsoever. McCarthy's, he really has been in control.
I think the surface though has got a bit better for batting. Surely in this innings, even after the small sprinkle we had earlier, haven't seen as many deliveries bounce variably as we've seen earlier today. And just 7 needed from 7 for the Pelicans, and should be well on their way with 10 wickets in hand. We have seen more extraordinary things though. Dwayne Smith defending 3 runs in the last over. They need to defend 6. The Guardians 67 for none.
Yes, and it wouldn't be McAllister. I think he's, or is it? Or he's now decided to go for McAllister.
So will be the pace of McAllister to bowl this final over. Floyd Reefer centre of screen, he'll be a happy man. The way his Pelicans team have gone about things in the last couple of games.
Yeah, I mean if that was McAllister's over and you added another 4 runs to this, 10 off the last, I think you're in a good contest then.
He has bowled a couple of 2-run overs, Jerry McAllister, so if he can replicate something similar, they could win this game. The Guardians.
The different, what you do know is that McAllister's going to bowl short. So there's no point in looking to play down the ground. Right. Batsmen just really need to stay on the back foot. If it's offside, Sharon Braffett, just help it on its way. Or if it's within reach to the pull.
So 6 to get from the final over of this game, and the final over of the group stage matches in the BIM 10. Live tomorrow is semi-final 1 from 12 p.m. I want to stay tuned to the social media pages, BIM 10 Cricket, to find out who those 4 semi-finalists will be. We know the 4 teams, but we don't know.
Well, straight away, Nikhil, but the field setting now tells you McAllister's going to be looking to bowl wide offside. He's going to be short, he's going to be full, but he's going to be looking offside. That's the area that should be looking to score.
Goes short, he slapped it. Cheyenne Brathwaite in front of square. And a great start. It doesn't get to the boundary though, and it tells you.
And it's not good running again by Cheyenne Brathwaite. He's turned his back on McCarthy, who's looking for the third.
And he's struggling, Cheyenne Brathwaite. He's certainly struggling with an injury, so that is hampering him. And tomorrow they'll need him, the Pelicans, because he's been a stand-up with the bat in hand. What he's been able to do though is carry his bat 2 times in the tournament already. He's carried his bat throughout the innings and ensured he's seen it home. Could be looking to do that again. Now McAllister sends back that man in the circle in the onside to the boundary, so straight mid wicket on the boundary. A leg side dominant field. They'll get through for a bye.
Sits tail leg side, run it away.
Just amazing to see the innovation that batters have got to find in this T10 format. Trying to find different ways of scoring. Yeah, he's got that statement piece, Odin McCarthy, and an excellent way to finish the game. He's been the standout, 47 not out, and the Pelicans win by 10 wickets.
Yeah, terrific shot. Short. Made the sound on McCarthy's bat. You can hear it from here, even in our elevated position in the commentary box. And no need to run for that one. Game over.
Well, a dominant performance from a Pelicans team that seemed to be catching fire at the right time in this tournament. They'll be looking to tomorrow's semi-final, where I believe, it's not confirmed as yet, but I believe we'll be having a rematch of this. The Guardians and Pelicans could easily be facing each other, but a really good effort from them, able to chase it down with 3 deliveries to spare without losing a wicket. So in the end, the Pelicans just too much for the Guardians, led by Odin McCarthy, 47 from 24. Brathwaite supported him well with 25. No one else needed to bat. And from a bowling perspective, well, Pius Emilian was economical in his 2. Jamali Lynch just the one over, but no wickets for the Guardians. So it means then that after 30 matches, we're down to just 4 teams in this BIM 10 tournament. And it's going to be those 4 competing to be the first ever winners of the Dream 11 BIM 10. Do join us tomorrow for semi-final number 1, live from 12 p.m. here at the 3Ws Oval.